difference in performance. You might notice a little bit at top end. But basically, you want to, if you're spending this money to get here.
But if you want to get your bike napped when you bring it over, where do you take it?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Christian Schmidt. I'm from Germany. Normally I work as a tool mechanic. My racing history is I race since 2015 in the RRC, and I was racing 2017 the Ulster Grand Prix, and I will ride the course from the TT or the Manx GP. For me is a dream of my life.
Okay, my name is Martin Morris. I come from Kidderminster in Worcestershire. Currently work for farming agricultural suppliers. Racing clubs in England in No Limits, Thundersport, Bemsey. I've done a couple of roads. I've done Scarborough. I've just done Cookstown this year. And why do I want to race the Manx Grand Prix? Ideally, I want to get to the TT in 2 years time and get out on the big bike and see what I can do.
Hi, I am Stuart Clotworthy. I live in Verdi, Nevada in the USA, but I am from Sheffield, but actually grew up on the Isle of Man till I was 21. I install snowmaking systems at ski areas all over the world, so not much work for me on the Isle of Man. I've been racing for 5 years now in the US with multiple different clubs. We're lucky that we get to race 10 months of the year, so go wherever the sun shines. And then I raced at Cookstown this year, and Tanjagi almost raced, got to the start line before they cancelled it. I want to race the Manx Grand Prix because I grew up marshalling at Graham's Memorial with my dad. Some of my fondest memories are the morning practice sessions before going to school, and I've just always been a part of the Manx Grand Prix all my life.
My name's Kelly Carruthers. I come from Kinross in Scotland. I work as a mechanic. I've done a few of the Irish roads, Cookstown, Armoy, Tandragee, and I'm looking forward to doing the Manx Grand Prix because it's pretty much the ultimate road race to do.
Je m'appelle Yann Galli, je viens de Martigues dans les Bouches-du-Rhône en France. Je suis artisan en plomberie, chauffage, climatisation. Mon histoire de course, c'est le rêve depuis tout petit de faire le Tourist Trophy et la possibilité d'aller au Manx Grand Prix. Donc voilà. Et pourquoi participer au Manx Grand Prix? Parce que c'est une course qui me plaît depuis quelque temps et que j'aimerais bien y participer.
So yeah, my name's Albert Walker. I'm sort of from all over from England really. Lived in a few different places. Currently based near Doncaster, Retford. I'm currently a lorry driver, but that also I've been for a few different jobs. But yeah, lorry driving's good fun at the moment and pays for the racing, which is the most important thing. My racing history. So basically, I started with the intention of always getting to here. So fingers crossed I get in. Raced at a few different clubs over the years, like to get signatures, get my national, and then last year with the Manx not running last year, and I thought I'd like sort of focus on a championship instead. So I did the Darley Moor Formula 600 Championship and did all right. Managed to win the championship there, so it was all good. And then this year it's like back to the roads a bit more. So last weekend I was at Tandragee on the Super Twin and the 600. That all went well. Well, I say it went well until the weather came in, unfortunately. But got a front row start on the Super Twin, qualified sixth on the 600. So I really enjoyed it, and just like it's really good to be back on the roads. Really, the reason I want to race in the Manx Grand Prix, basically been coming over to the Isle of Man from I think I was about 12 when my dad first brought me over, and the minute I saw a bike go past me down Glencountry Road, I just fell in love with the place.
My name's Gareth Arnold. And I'm from the Isle of Man, and I work as a construction worker, and I used to race a 250 Ducati single at the CIMC, which was interesting but mega fun, and I want to race the Manx because I've seen Joey Dunlop race it on a Air Mackie 350, and that's what I want to do it on.
Hi, how's it going? My name's Owen O'Shukru. I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, working with medical devices in a factory just down by where I live in Bray. Racing history, I started in 2014. I've done most of the Irish road races at this stage, the Ulster Grand Prix, and looking forward to hopefully getting to the Isle of Man for the Manx Grand Prix. It's one of those ones that I suppose I've always wanted to race, and yeah, really looking forward to the opportunity to giving it a go.
Hello, my name's Richard Kay. I come from the United States of America. I am a electromechanical service technician by day, and a racer is my pastime. I've been racing since about 2013-ish. Most recently raced the 2019 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. And why I want to race in the Manx Grand Prix, it's always been a dream of mine. I've always thought the mountain course just completely amazing, and thankfully I've been blessed with the opportunity through friends to be able to come here and start the process to participate.
Yeah, I'm Mark Jackson. I am from Sheffield in the United Kingdom. I'm an IT engineer. I've been doing that for years now. Racing history, I started racing in 2018, just doing short circuits and stuff with No Limits Racing. Got my national licence in 2020. I've done Scarborough about 4 times, done Cookstown twice and Tandragee once. Hopefully I'll be doing 700 this year as well. And to race in the Manx Grand Prix, I've been watching the TT for years now. I've always wanted to have a go at it, so yeah, the Manx is the way of having a go at the famous TT circuit.
My name is Michael Gann. I'm from a small town, Limavady, Northern Ireland, and job basically we import vehicles from the UK to Northern Ireland, working do sales. Racing history, just a few short circuits, started a bit old. I've done a few local national road races, Cookstown, Armoy, Tandragee. I'm just looking to learn the circuit and ride the circuit. Look up to all the big boys and just respect what they do, and just think it'd be nice to do it and the bucket list as such. So yep, that's it basically.
Ciao, mi chiamo Maurizio Bottalico e vengo da San Marino. E il mio lavoro è principalmente correre in moto ed ho poi un'officina di moto a San Marino. Provengo da circa 20 anni di pista e dal 2019 ho iniziato con le road race, ho vinto 4 titoli italiani e 2 europei, e quest'anno ho deciso di correre al Manx Grand Prix perché credo che sia comunque, parlando di road race, all'apice di tutte le gare, per cui mi sento adesso pronto per poter partecipare a questa gara.
Hi, my name's Andy Whale. I come from Birmingham. Back home I work on the overhead power lines. Been racing for about 10 years now, and always dreamed about competing at the Manx Grand Prix.
My name's Frankie Stenner. I come from the Isle of Man, but I'm currently living in Enstone and Chipping Norton in Oxfordshire for Alpine F1 team. I'm an engineer working on 5-axis machines for the team. So yeah, doing loads of different parts and different components from a range of different materials, so it's quite interesting. I've been racing for quite a few years now. Raced a few different circuits, then got into road racing. So did the Post TT was my first road race. Then I did the Southern 100 in 2018, and then went on in 2019 to do Tandragee, Post TT, Southern 100, and then Culzean at the end of the year. Obviously we were setting up nicely for 2020 that year. Obviously came here for the Newcomers then. Joined the People's Bike, and yeah, it's been a dream to do the Manx since I was a kid, you know. Finishing school, running home to have my dinner, and then popping down to Bradford Bridge and watching every single practice there, and then luckily when my parents were off race week, we get all around the course then. So sort of since then it's been a dream, and now it's finally feeling like it's going to happen. It's just made up, just a dream come true. So.
Je m'appelle Amalric Blanc. Je viens de Saint-Étienne vers Saint-Barthélemy-l'Estrat. Mon métier est garagiste automobile, mécanicien auto. Mon historique de course, c'est la course de côte en France, championnat de France de la montagne, puis course sur route, IRRC. Et voilà, ça fait quelques années que je me prépare pour le Manx Grand Prix, car je vois plein de vidéos, plein de copains qui ont fait cette course, et ça a l'air vraiment fantastique. Voilà.
Hi, my name's Andy Hornby. I live in Devon in the southwest, but I'm originally from Yorkshire. I restore classic race cars for a living. It's my own business, and I run that business from home, and we run the bikes from there as well, from the same workshop. I've been racing for I think 15 years, latterly with classics. I broke my back a few years ago on a modern superbike, so I started racing classics and switched to the roads sort of 3-4 years ago. And done pretty well on won at Chimay a couple of times, a couple of wins at Cookstown, won at the members meeting at Goodwood, placed at Scarborough and so on and so forth. So that's gone pretty good. It's pretty addictive once you start riding the roads, which is why I've always wanted to ride on the island. It's the thing that sort of got me into racing motorbikes was the TT, and I thought possibly being able to ride around the island at some point. I might have left it a bit too late in my life, but it's a pipe dream, and here I am, hopefully going to make that come true.
My name's Kieran Brockie, and I'll be riding a Yamaha R6 Nantwich in Cheshire. I'm a greenkeeper on a golf course. I raced motocross for 16 years, AMCA experts, and then a bit of road riding, and then onto club racing, and then to Thundersport, Southern 100, Oliver's Mount, and then obviously here to do the Manx. It's just always been a dream since I was a kid. Been over and watched it, watched TT. It's just it's always something I wanted to do. So.
Daniel Forbes, and I'll be riding a Suzuki G6R. I come from Leeds, England, HGV mechanic. I've started racing when I was in 2016, just mainly club racing. Raced with Thundersports, did my first ever road race last year at Southern 100. Then I've gone on to doing Oliver's Mounts, and finally hopefully got an entry to the Manx Grand Prix. It's always been a long life passion to race the Isle of Man and race the Manx, so just getting accepted to come on a newcomer weekend has been fantastic.
My name is Paul Cassidy, and I'll be riding a 2018 Yamaha R6. I come from the Isle of Man. I live in Castletown. My job is a HGV Class 1 fuel tanker driver. Brief racing history is I've been racing, this has been my 4th year racing now. I've done all the local circuits at the Isle of Man. I've done the Post TT, Southern 100, all the Derbies, Anglesey, and I recently did the Ulster Grand Prix last year as well. I just believe to sort of further your career in the racing, on the road racing, it's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to race the TT circuit, and I'd hopefully like to do this to progress to the TT.
My name's Lewis Harris-Smith. I'll be riding a Honda 600, Preston in Lancashire. Work on utilities, mainly with No Limits racing, circuit racing in England, Oliver's Mount, bits and bats of other stuff. It's just the ultimate to race the circuit. I've always wanted to do it.